hope ye for love. Shima, 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 Shimaya. 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 Starting the day with love is always a good thing. So we'll start class by sitting down and breathing deeply. Trying to do that 4-second breath. Remembering that quote that I sent out from Chief Seattle today of how we breathe the same air as the mountain, as the tree, and as the creatures that fill our creation. Of course, when I think of when he's saying that, I'm thinking that he's not really talking about oxygen. He's talking about that prana, that chi energy that is piggybacked on top of that oxygen. So you want to breathe that life energy in and breathe that, excuse me, life energy out. That is essential to all living beings, including rocks. Breathing in through the abdominal area, the chest area, and the shoulders.
So you don't have to worry about mute.
I don't know. You can do this or not. Don't know how to do that on the phone.
Making that breath deep and long. Leaving all of our worries at the door and just starting with that blue sky mind. So we'll begin the class by doing a seated orbit, just orbiting around our seat, holding forward, leaning to the side, coming back and holding on to those knees and to the other side. Exhaling as we circle forward. Inhaling as we come to the side and to the back. And then this time we're going to change directions. And my body is now telling me that I did too much work in the garden yesterday. Oh my. Coming to the side, to the front, orbiting around our universe, which is the mind body. And so we'll circle around one more time in our yoga adventure this morning. And as we come up, we're going to grow upward, lengthening that back, lengthening the head. And then we're going to fold over our knees, coming into tabletop. From tabletop, we'll unfurl our legs, curl our toes under, lift the knees. And we're going to walk the dog for a minute. So pushing into those alternating feet. So we're kind of pushing our trunk and our head past our arms towards the center. And then we're going to walk those feet forward to the hands, inhaling the hands up. Exhaling those arms down, bringing those wings down. Inhaling, bringing the hands together. It's just like we're coming into volcano namaskars is what I call this. Inhaling up, opening the arms. Exhaling and pushing those clouds down. Then bringing those hands together. Coming up to our center. And we'll circle around one more time. Feeling those shoulder blades in the back. Coming down, down, down to the center. And this time, as we come up, we're going to take our hands and palm the sky. So the palms are on the sky. As we lengthen the body upwards, trying to position those feet hip width apart and exhaling to the left. Breathing as we palm the sky and maintain this diagonal position that some of the plants come up in, but they eventually straighten themselves out and come to their center as well. And exhaling to the other side. Inhaling to the center, and then we'll repeat this again on each side. Making sure the knees are soft. The feet are grounded in the earth. Coming to the center, and then coming to the other side one more time. Breathing deeply as we have our arms over the head. It's a little challenging sometimes. Inhaling to the center and exhaling the arms slowly down once again. Bringing those hands to the heart. And then closing the eyes and breathing in. Closing the eyes as we breathe out. This morning I got up and I ran outside to see what cycle the moon is in. So lately I've been going out to see the moon in the mornings. And she is in the cycle which we used to call at the school the half cookie moon. So we're officially in that half cookie moon cycle. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing into your mountain. Breathing out of your mountain. So then we'll bring the hands to the wisdom center and swim them out to the sides. Coming into the wisdom, breathing in wisdom. Breathing out peace. And of course, we're working our way slowly into the smile twist. So here we're going to turn to our left, inhaling wisdom, exhaling to the left, coming to the center, exhaling to the right, and maybe forcing your mouth to smile as we do the smile twist. Bringing those corners of the mouth up as we turn to the side. Forcing a smile, whether our heart's into it or not. Getting all those happy hormones working this morning. Just like taking a cup of coffee, only we're taking a couple smiles. And then we'll turn one more time, inhaling, turning, and then coming back to the center, coming back to the heart. Breathing in through the heart. Breathing out through the heart. Feeling that heartbeat. So then we're going to spread the feet to the sides of the mat, or maybe even beyond. And we're going to come into a T position. And we're going to bring the opposite arm to the opposite leg. So we're setting that up. And then we're going to swing it down like the trunk of an elephant, swinging it back up, and then they both come up. We put the opening arm behind their back and we swing out like a trunk with the other arm. Switch the arms out, swinging out and up, swinging away from the body and up, swinging away from the body, down and out, coming up, swinging down and out. And we're going to do it a couple more times, down and out. Bringing that arm up, down and up. And we're going to do one more time, down and up. And then while we're here, I think we're going to do the angry ostrich, which is exactly the opposite. So we bring that opposite arm up and we curl it over the head. So imagine you have all your ostrich plumage on as you're going from side to side. Then we're going to bend the knee a little bit. Bringing the arm over the head. So we're bringing opposite arm Bending the opposite knee. Exhaling over, inhaling up. Exhaling over, inhaling up. Exhaling over and coming back to the heart. And then we'll bring our feet in, bringing the toes, the heels, toes, heels, toe, heels. Not too close. They should be fist width apart at least. And taking a moment to breathe in. Breathe out. We're breathing. I'm going to turn my music on. Inhaling those arms up over the head, we're going to come into lightning. So bending the knees, bringing those arms over the head, becoming that force of nature. And then we want to tuck in the tailbone just a scooch. So we're pulling in that bottom bandha just a little bit so that the tailbone doesn't sweep out. Trying to maintain, sometimes when we're leaning forward, such as in lightning pose, that tailbone can really sweep out. And before we know it, we're a banana. And so we want a semi-straight back at least. Pressing our feet into the earth so that this is not an expression of horizontal lightning. It is the grounded lightning. Breathing in, breathing out, and then we're going to come up, releasing the arms to the sides and back to the heart. And this time we're going to bend the knees again and turn towards the left. Pulling in those abdominal muscles again, pulling in that tailbone again. As we breathe and turn towards the side creation once again. Breathing in, breathing out, working that core just a little bit. Inhaling and coming to center again. Then we're going to exhale and turn to the other side. Pulling in the abdominals, slightly pulling in the tail. Breathing as we twist to the side. And inhaling to the center. Breathing in. Breathing out. And once again, we'll raise those arms up over the head. Getting ready to exhale down into lightning, scooping in that tailbone. At the same time, scooping in the belly. Looking down at the earth. Inhaling and launching upwards. Bringing those wings down to the sides. Back to the heart. And then we're going to do that turn one more time. Inhaling and turning towards the left. Pulling in those bandhas once again. And sometimes we just pull them in a little. Doesn't need to be hardcore. So in some positions, inhaling upward, as Tom pointed out, so graciously last week. In some asanas, they're kind of hard to do. Then we're going to turn to the other side and come down with a smile. Pulling in those abdominals. Coming up the center, swinging those wings up, and then coming all the way down. And as we come down to the earth, we might touch the earth for a second, and then bring the hands up to the folds of the elbows. And just hang, or you can glide. So choose which expression of this you would like to do. Maybe just hanging forward, maybe gliding from side to side, and maybe gliding all the way around the ankles. So there's 3 different poses that you can choose from. It's like we have a smorgasbord of yoga. Which one is your back meeting today? So sometimes in this position, your knees are bent. You know, your tummy is resting on the knees, so you can do that. And then inhaling, dropping the hands down, slowly coming up, coming all the way up, and bringing the hands down to the heart. Breathing in, breathing out. And then we're going to come into our warrior 2 position. So bringing one leg forward and leaving one leg in the back, a little bit towards the edge of the mat. Well, no, towards the middle of the ankle. On warrior 2, and then finding that foundation for your body, inching your front foot out perhaps. Inhaling those hands to the heart, and initially exhaling and swinging them open and coming into that bend. Breathing in and breathing out. Feeling that back arm parallel to the floor, so sometimes it sinks down. Inhaling, straightening that front leg, dropping those hands, bringing them back to the heart. Breathing in, breathing out. Next inhale, we'll sweep those arms open, exhaling into that front knee. Being the compassionate warrior, sinking down a little bit into that knee. And then straightening that front leg, dropping the hands down, bringing them back to the heart. Breathing in, breathing out. Remember, we're breathing with the creation today, honoring the earth and every living being that inhabits the planet with us. Part of our Earth Lovers family, if you will. Inhaling those wings up, exhaling into that front knee. Gazing over that sword arm. And here again, we're pulling in that tailbone, imagining the body like a slice of toast in the toaster. So growing upward, pulling in the tailbone, pulling in the abdominals, just a little will do. Sinking into that front knee. Inhaling, rising back up, dropping the wings, bringing them back to the heart. Breathing with the world. Breathing in, breathing out. And then one last time, sweeping those wings open and coming down into that front knee. Ready to give a helping hand to anyone in the creation that comes across our path that needs one. So this time as we inhale up, we're going to drop that back hand down, front arm up into sun warrior. So that front knee stays bent. I think we all felt like sun warriors yesterday, am I right?
Yeah.
So just smiling at that sun today because I'm not sure he's going to be with us all day. I spoke to Miles, the weatherman, this morning and got the lowdown. So then we're going to rise up with the wings and slide forward with the elbow on the knee and the back hand curving over the head like an umbrella. So today we're going to do the inhaling the arm over the head straight, exhaling it curving, inhaling that arm straight, exhaling and curving, and one more time, inhaling straight, exhaling curving. As we're pressing into the earth with our roots, and then dropping the hand all the way down towards the floor, whirling behind us and coming up into a T pose and dropping those hands back to the heart. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. So once again, we'll take both arms up. Back arm comes down on the back leg. The front arm is already up, so we just need to bend into that knee to make sun warrior. Pulling in the tailbone, pulling in the abdominals. Just a scooch. Smiling at the clouds that are in the sky today. And then we're going to bring that arm forward, dropping it on that knee, which bends more to take it in. And the back arm circles around and over the head, as if it's sheltering us from the precip that we're going to get this afternoon. Inhaling that arm straight, exhaling it curved. Inhaling that upper arm straight, exhaling it curved. Inhaling that arm up, and then curving. Inhaling and then exhaling it down in front of the face. Fingers pointing to the floor. Coming up behind us, and we magically rise up into a T form. Dropping the wings down, circling back to the heart. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, so having that feeling of breathing in with the whole creation and breathing out with the whole creation. So we're breathing in with the rocks, the four-leggeds, the two-leggeds, the plants, and exhaling. So having that visualization of your mind of being a member of the Earth family. So then we'll roll those wings out one more time, all the way over the head. The back one comes down, and then we bend that front leg. The front arm is either straight up, or you can bend the joints. As we embrace the sun warrior once again. Breathing in. Feeling that sunshine on our face, on the body. Just warming us up a little bit. And then exhaling that front arm forward on that front leg. And raising that sail of that back arm up and over the head. And then we'll breathe that arm, straighten and flex 3 times. Coming into the 3rd time, and then dropping that arm down to the floor, and raising the whole body up. We'll parallel the feet up here and drop the hands down, bringing them to the heart. And this is where we'll bring our toes in, heels, toes, heels, toes, heels. And then we're going to shake those legs a little bit. Oh, better than shaking, let's jiggle. Jiggling is so much better than shaking. This should be a spiritual practice. Jiggling and shaking the feet. So then we'll get ready to express this series on the other side. So turning our feet to this other side with our lead feet, heading our lead feet. We're octopus now, leading the, sending that lead foot to the wall right in front of you. And then the back foot is on an angle, with that ankle just piercing the arch of that back foot. So coming into our slice of toast pose, pulling in the pelvis, pulling in the abdominals, pulling in the neck. So sometimes when we have forward chin, we're doing this. So we want to pull the head backwards so that the head is just an extension of the spine. No, the spine does not go this way, it goes this way. Inhaling those wings up, and then exhaling into bending that front knee. Coming into that warrior 2, the supportive warrior, the compassionate warrior, the spiritual warrior. The warrior who brings balance to the earth community. Breathing in, breathing out, trying to maintain this vertical structure. It's like we're skyscrapers. Exhaling and straightening the leg, dropping the wings down, bringing them together at the heart. Breathing in, breathing out.
Breathing in and then sweeping those wings open and exhaling into that front knee again. Imagining yourself as Mother Cabrini looking over the city, being ready to zoom down if you see anything out of balance. Inhaling and straightening the leg, exhaling and dropping the wings, and bringing those wingtips into the heart. Breathing in, breathing out. And then on the next inhale, flying out once again, and exhaling into that front knee. Flexing all your fingers open and shut. So we'll do that with the breath. Inhaling and opening, fingers on both hands, exhaling and closing. Inhaling and spreading those fingers wide, and then exhaling and closing. Spreading wide, and then closing. Inhaling up, straight with the leg, bringing the wings down and back to the heart. Breathing in, breathing out. Then we'll take these hands up into volcano mode again. The front hand will stay there, but the back hand will go down to the thigh as we sink into that front knee for Sun Warrior. Just appreciating how many days in a year we get to see Father Sun. It's quite a few. That's why I moved here. Then we'll bring that hand up and down. It goes onto that knee. And the back arm comes up behind us. And then you may again inhale and straighten the arm. Exhale and let those joints loosen. And do that 2 more times with that top arm. Just kind of flexing the arm. And then on that last flex, we're going to bring the arm down in front of the face. Fingertips pointing to the floor. Coming around the body, and we're lifting like a hot air balloon. And bringing the hands back to the heart. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing up those arms again into volcano, leaving that front arm there, dropping the back arm as it circles around to our thigh, and then bending into that front knee. So pulling in our abs again, pulling in that tailbone. And imagining that you are marinating in Father Sun. One of the many benefits of living in this mile-high city. And then exhaling that arm down on top of the front bent knee. And raising that back arm up to circle over the body. And then we're going to inhale and exhale that upward facing arm a couple of times. And then after we've done that 3 times, we'll circle that arm down, crossing the face, crossing the floor, and magically rise up again and bring those hands to the heart. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing with the mountains. And then once again, we're going to do the volcano one more time, coming up through our center, dropping that back arm down, bending or sinking into that front knee as we come into sun warrior with a smile. Got to exercise those corners of our mouth. Have to exercise that smile mudra. And then dropping that arm on top of the knee. And once you get that all set and stable, we'll bring that back arm up and around, giving us shelter from the storm. So where do you like to go mentally when you're seeking shelter from that storm? Sometimes those storms can be frequent flyers. Inhaling and exhaling that upper arm. And then sweeping it down towards the floor, bringing both arms up into a T. And this is where we turn our feet so that they're parallel to each other. And we bring the hands to the heart. Bring the toes in, the heels, the toes and heels. And then we're going to turn towards the front of the room. And we're going to get jiggly. Bring the shoulders up to the ears and jiggle away. And this is when I wish my computer would let me see all of you, and it does not. And then do the other way. Shake those feet a little bit. And then we'll walk over to a wall near and dear to you. We're going to revisit tree. And so you can do tree, of course, a couple of ways. One way is with the back into the wall. The other way is with the arm into the wall. So you can choose which version you would like to do, back or side. And then we're going to bring that out, outside foot with the heel into the trunk. Starting with sapling, honoring our sapling brothers and sisters in the tree tribe. And inhaling that other arm upwards. Oh, here's Deva Pramal singing the song we started the class with. So I guess that makes us all like the tree of love. And then at some point, if you'd like to bring that foot up to your calf, or above the knee. So we want to be careful with our blessed knees. You may do that. So exhaling Shima into the world as we twinkle our fingers. Hoping that the trees will continue to leaf and flower with the precipitation we're going to get this afternoon. And then we'll drop that one branch or maybe both branches, bringing that trunk down and walking it around. And as we come to the other side of our being, we're going to slide that hand up a tree or get into a nice position to come into tree, whichever version of tree you are expressing this day. And whenever your foundation is ready, bringing in all those bandhas again, bringing up that bottom foot into sapling first, and then we can lift that outside arm if you're doing the side tree, and twinkling our fingers. Making those fingers strong for all those weeks of weeding we have ahead of us. And then whenever you're ready, we can lift this, this trunk to wherever you want it to be. Making sure to point that knee away from the body, trying to open up those hips a little. Breathing with the tree. Smiling with the tree. Trees are always expressing the idea of Shima, giving shelter to all unconditionally, and then sweeping that leg down the ground and slowly bringing those arm branches down, back to the heart and shaking out the feet a little bit. And then we'll come down to our mats. Bringing the soles of the feet together. And maybe flapping those knees just a little bit. So the feet can be close to the body or away. Flapping those wings either together, or maybe you'll like the alternating butterfly wing a little bit more. Giving those legs and the hips a break. And then rolling forward. I'm waiting for the time when they'll activate the National Guard for going out there and bringing in those turtles when the current runs frozen. Turtle rescue on the East Coast. Breathing in and breathing out into that back body, into our shell. I watched this vet show once, and this woman had brought in her turtle, which she had had for 20 years. And she said, his shell looks different. The bottom of his shell is all different colors. And the vet said, oh, this is a sign of widespread infection. And her face fell, and I went, oh, that was really indelicate. So So even when we have bad share, a sweet and gracious way to deliver the truth. So in allowing the hips to release a little in the back. Oh, this woman loved her turtle. Oh my gosh. His name was Franklin. So see if the torso can come up down, or I'm sorry, come down a little bit lower. You know, just an inch. And then we'll inhale all the way up and cross the legs. And we're going to come into the cat-cow. So I'll go over to this mat as we come into tabletop with our hands with fingers spread like starfish. So our starfish fingers are on. And then having the knees hip width apart. And starting with some cat-cow. So on the cat, we inhale and make that valley in the back. And the exhale, we bring our navels up to the spine. And you can even push the back down towards the heels a little bit with the conversation with your knees. Inhaling, making sure the weight is going into all the fingers and not just in the palm, making that valley in the back. Exhaling. It's a heavy navel bunda, heavy navel squeeze. Inhaling, coming forward. Making that valley in the back. And then exhaling, sending the navel to the spine, a little bit back to the knees. So we're not going all the way down on the knees. Inhaling into cat. And then into cow. And one more time. Making animal sounds are not mandatory. But of course you can and no one would hear you. So then as we come forward, we're going to swim our left leg up to the elbow and swing it back. Bringing it up towards the elbow and back. And we're going to do this maybe 4 times. And then we'll bring that leg down and repeat on the other side. So bringing the other knee to the elbow and then sweeping that leg behind us on the exhale. So inhaling it to the elbow, exhaling it out. And if you've done 4 or 5 of those, you can come back into table. And then we're going to take both the feet and swing them to the left and look at them. So it's a big side stretch for the body. And then lifting the hands up past the center and to the other side. And then we're going to look at them again. Side twist for the body. Bringing them to the center and beyond. And looking at them, so big twist for the neck. Lifting those feet up and taking them to the other side. Another big twist for the neck. Coming back to the center. And then we're going to widen the knees and come down into child's pose. So whatever version of child's pose you like to express. Maybe the arms are in front of you. Maybe the hands are on top of each other. Maybe the arms are behind. So asking your body what expression would be best. And of course, this time we're breathing with Mother Earth. Honoring the earth. Remembering to walk in a sacred manner on the earth. Frequently when I'm walking, I'll do a walking meditation where I'll be very self-aware of how many steps are in each inhale breath and how many steps are in each exhale breath. And then sometimes I'll superimpose a mantra or affirmation on that. Walking meditation. Walking on the earth in a sacred manner. And then we'll come back into tabletop. Come back with our knees, and we're going to do one more kneeling pose. Oh gosh, we're doing a lot for the knees today. So bringing one knee up. Making sure those hips are, those legs are hip width apart. Inhaling those arms straight up. So hopefully wherever you are, you can see the sky and those clouds coming in with a smile on your face. And then dropping those arms so that the body's in a T. Victorious, victorious warrior. And then placing both hands on that front knee. And whichever knee we have bent, we're going to take that arm and we're going to paint that crescent moon on that sky. Bringing that hand up and back. And then back to the knee. Inhaling, painting that crescent. Going over the head and back in front. And then we'll do that one more time, inhaling up. And bringing that hand down on the knee. And then we'll bring both those hands down to the floor, taking that knee back, and we'll bring the other knee up. Shooting those arms right up for warrior one. I'm standing here and I'm face to face with the lizard. Breathing in, breathing out, and then we'll drop the arms in a T. Victorious warrior. Bringing both the hands down to the knee. And whatever knee is bent on this side, we'll take that one hand and putting some paint on the end of our fingers. We're going to paint that crescent moon coming up and above the head. Coming up and back down to the knee. Inhaling that brush up as we paint the ceiling, paint the sky. Bringing that brush back down. At the same time, we're trying to bring our tailbone in. Painting up and painting down. Now I've lost track of how many we're doing, and I'll do it one more time. Exhaling down. And then we're gonna slide the hands all the way down to the ground. And walk the knees forward. So that we're all facing each other, even though I can't quite see you. So coming into a simple cross-legged pose and just making circles with our hands around the knees. God bless these knees. Just giving some tender loving care, some TLC to those knees for working so hard. And then turning the other way. Just doing the Shima Shima song to your knees. And gently patting those knees. So then we're going to bring the feet up so that the soles of the feet are on the floor ahead of us. And we're going to bring one leg up. So we're getting ready for the flower balance pose. And then we'll bring that one down. We'll bring the other leg up. And this time we'll help it a little bit with our hand. Bringing it up. Then the other one, we're gonna let it see how far up it can come on its own. It's just raising as far as the leg will allow. And then planting it back into the earth. And then we'll do the same with the other one. So we're hoping this muscle memory will serve us well as we come up, putting our hands underneath the legs and bringing our feet together into flower pose. And it can just be a little bit of height. So watch your elevation. I have a flat butt, that's why I can do this. If yours is pointy, you might not be able to do this as well. And breathing while we're holding our flower up. And then we'll exhale these petals down. And we're going to fold forward. And then as we come back up, we'll wrap our hands. I'm coming down through the center this time and coming up. And breathing. And coming down and folding forward. Just a little bit. And then we're going to inhale back up again. And then let the flower down. So then we'll cross our legs and orbit around 2 or 3 times in each direction. Trying to iron that back out a little bit. So as we orbit around, we'll change directions and go the other way. So we'll circle our little planet one more time. And then once again, we'll plant our soles of our feet into the earth in front of us. And bringing the hands underneath our legs on the outside. Inhale both feet up. So pulling in the abdominals, straightening the back. So we're lengthening the back, making sure that it doesn't collapse. And we're just coming up a little bit. And then as we come back, the legs will magically cross and we'll forward fold once again. Inhale and come upright. Again, we're gonna plant the soles of the feet and lift the feet up, lengthening the back. So we're in a big V. Abs. And then we're gonna cross those feet and fold forward again. And then we're gonna come up and try to lift our legs a little bit higher, because this time we're gonna let go of our legs and let our arms go like parallel to the floor. Nice long back, pulling those abs in. Breathe if you dare. Lift the feet a little bit more and then cross them and come down into a forward fold. And yes, we're gonna try this one more time, planting the soles, inhaling the feet up, doing either variation that you would like to try. So maybe you'd like the hands under the knees or a little bit lower. Trying to straighten the legs so that they're horizontal. Lengthening the back. Crossing the legs and coming down again. Inhaling back up. And we're gonna twist to the side. Twist to the other side. Trying to twist into the back. As we go to each side again. So then we're gonna come down into Cobra. So we're getting into a position where our tummies will be on the floor. With the arms around our ears. And just taking some time to melt with a few breaths into the floor. Really embodying that spirit of the snake. They almost merge with the earth. They're twisting and turning, and then you have those sidewinders on the desert. Oh my goodness. So breathing into all of your segments, since we're all snakes. Breathing all the way down through the torso, down through the feet. Taking one more full body breath. And we'll inhale and raise that torso just a bit. And then exhale back down. Full body exhale again. This time rising up and lifting your hands so you're the true snake. No hands. Breathe while we're holding this position. Feeling the tummy pooch into the earth and relax. Doing that one more time. Breathing into the earth and relaxing all the way down. Exhaling out through your tails. And we'll inhale and raise the torso and the hands one more time. Breathe into the belly. Feeling the belly raise us and lower us. And then coming all the way down. Exhaling through the feet. And then this time I'm rising up into Sphinx or on your hands. So inhaling and coming up. Making sure that the fingers are spread. Feeling that breath coming into the belly again. And then on your next exhale, let's all come down. Inhaling into whatever expression of cobra you would like to do today. And looking up with the eyes. So the chin doesn't have to move, just looking up with the eyes. So it's an eye exercise. Looking up at your wisdom center. Seeing if you can do it without moving the chin. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and then slithering down, down, down. And then coming up one more time, inhaling, coming up. Maybe bending one knee, putting that leg down and bending the other knee, putting that knee down, exhaling, and we're all going to come down. Putting the hands underneath the forehead. So breathing through the back body, breathing down through the tail, breathing down through the toes. Coming back up into tabletop. So from tabletop, we're going to walk those knees forward. And then we're going to put the front knee in the middle between the two hands. We're going to take our, it doesn't matter which hand, left hand, raise it up to the sky, and the left leg raising it straight behind. Pulling in the abdominals. And then we can bring this hand back down to the ground, this knee back, and both the knees in the tabletop, and then we'll try it on the other side. So we're going to put the other knee in the middle, raise that right hand or the other hand up, straighten that right leg behind us, pulling in the tailbone and the abdominals. As we wave to the universe on this side. Lowering that arm down to the ground. Coming back to tabletop with your knees hip-width apart. And we're going to try this one more time. So bringing one knee to the center. Straightening the other leg. lifting one hand up to the sky. Hopefully nobody's gonna get a nosebleed on this. Pulling in the abdominals. Another balance pose. We'll bring this hand down and this knee back. Returning tabletop and then putting the other knee in the middle. Stretching the other leg out straight. And lifting the straight arm that goes to the straight leg. Breathing in. Breathing out. And then bringing that hand down. Coming back into tabletop. And then we're going to come down onto the back. So turning around. Coming into a cross-legged position. And then we're getting ready to come on our back. So maybe have your hands holding underneath your knees as you come down to the ground and planting the soles of your feet back into the ground. So the knees are bent. And we're going to wrap our hands around the right thigh and lift that leg up to the ceiling, flexing the foot, maybe making a couple of ankle circles here in one direction, and then in the other direction, and placing that foot right on the ceiling. And then we're going to pull that leg into the chest, and then send it up straight again. And we're going to make our other bending leg go straight because we're going to do some circles with this leg. And this is just like we would do with the straps, where the leg crosses the body, makes a long giant circle. So we're making ginormous circles with this leg. Making sure it crosses that body, that really gives your hip a stretch, as well as bringing that hip leg into the chest. And then we'll change directions, go the other way. Trying not to go like a helicopter. Bringing that leg around by itself. And then one last time, we'll bring it up to the ceiling. So we might be supporting it with the hands, and then we'll let it bend. And then bring it up to the ceiling. And then we're going to give it permission to bend. And this time we'll send it up to the ceiling. But right after that, we're going to bring it into the chest and maybe bring in the hands around the shin, giving all those organs in our thoracic cavity a massage, sending that leg up to the ceiling and ticking it down. Taking it down to the ground. And then the other leg will come up. And we'll be intertwining our hands around it and bringing it into the chest. And then up to the ceiling. So we'll do some ankle circles over here. This is my foot that does squares. God bless it, it's doing the best it can. And then going the opposite direction. Oh, the joys of having a stroke. Oh, God. And then pointing the sole of the foot into the ceiling. And then once again, we're going to cross this over and start our ginormous circles. You may have to move if you don't have enough room. Gosh, if I've got Tom squished right between the bed and something. This is not gonna work. Sorry, Tom. Whirling that leg around on both sides as far as you can. So your hip may come off the floor while you're doing this. And then we're gonna change directions and turn it the other way. And you might guide it with your hands a little bit when it comes up. The leg can be straight or bent, so either way is fine. We're just doing this for the hip, actually. Making ginormous circles. Boy, I can hear that wind now. Here she comes. And then we'll hold the leg one more time, interlacing the fingers and hands around the thigh and pulling it into the chest. So that other leg has to be straight on the ground for this. And then up to the ceiling. And then we're going to pull it into the chest one more time. And this time, as it goes up to the ceiling, it will tick its way down. See if you can tick it like 6 times or something as it comes down, down to the ground. And the minute that leg hits the legs, hits the mat, we're going to shake the legs out. Just shaking the legs and maybe bringing them up to the chest with the knees bent and diving those hands down the middle and around the legs into happy baby. Thinking of all the babies you've seen this week. They might have been baby puppies, baby fish, newborns. Newborns are happening all over the planet. I'm waiting to see if we're going to have baby blue jays. I haven't seen them yet. Hope, hope, hope. So ironing the back out, moving the legs from side to side, and eventually bringing them down to the ground. So coming down, relaxing, trying to melt into the ground for deep relaxation. Or maybe your body's asking you, please bend the knees, please bend the knees. You know, whatever your body needs to be comfortable in Shavasana. Slowly gliding the head from side to side. As we try to relax into the earth. For deep relaxation. Deep relaxation is, of course, the beginning of meditation, where we realize that we're more than this body. We're more than these emotions. And we're more than the mind. Abanam Kevalam, Babanam Kevalam, Babanam Kevalam, Babanam Kevalam. Shima, 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 Baba Nam Kevalam, 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 Shima, 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 Shima.
May the rains that we're going to have shortly cleanse your body, mind. Namaskar. Thank you for coming.